everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I need to cut out the next bag for my next tutorial, and I wanted to do the Route 1970 by Shamballa. It is such a cool design. It's you can have it for guy, girl. It's very doable for anybody. It's a great bag. I'll show you the one that I just made up, and we'll give it just a second for people to hop on. So it's meant to be more of a man bag, a man pattern. Of course, I made it girly. So just kind of proving that you can do both, right? You could do either one. It is a great bag to feature either an embroidery or a panel or something like that on the flap, which I love. So I'll just show you this one that I just finished. I seriously had such a good time making this. I enjoyed every second. It was a really fun, enjoyable sew. Hi guys. Yay, getting people hopping on here. That's good. Okay, so this is the one that I just finished. And I used cork. I used my cork. I thought this would be a great one to feature this really pretty floral cork that I fell in love with. I got it at my Handmade Space when we went there, and I love it. I love it so much. So this is the bag we're going to be cutting out today. Again, it is meant to be a man bag, but I think it can go as either. A cool messenger bag style, right? So it's got this big old flap, and this little buckle accent piece here is just that. It's just an accent piece. It's not really functionable. It's just meant to look cute. So if you don't have a buckle, you can leave it off. It doesn't have to be on the bag, but it's just a really cute little addition to it. And then it's got this big front slip pocket here, which is super nice. The inside has, I put a welted slip pocket on it, and I think in the pattern she does a zipper pocket as well, but I thought it just needed this because you've got this pocket, and on the back you've got another zipper pocket, so I thought that was plenty. And then on the side you have these little pockets here. They have a magnet. They have a snap right there to hold them in. I don't know if it's really necessary. It's a pretty small pocket. I don't know. You don't have to have the snaps on there, but it just brings it in and makes it look cute. And then on the strap, she has these cute little strap covers. I did it just a little differently than she has in the pattern. I sewed them on instead of riveted them on, and I think they just look, you know, really nice. So that is it. That is the bag I'm going to be cutting. Again, you could feature so many cute things on this. You could, so this is her example. I have it hanging up here because it kind of helped me when I was cutting it out, not off. So you see how she has like a featured panel right there, and then she pieced together this bottom part. Like, you could do a lot of fun things with this pattern. Yeah. So the one we're cutting out today, I'm doing kind of the same combination. I'm doing cork again, some cork accents with my Handmade Space cork that I bought. And I'm going to make it more of a manly bag. It's going to be browns, blacks, creams. So it's going to be more of a neutral bag. So I'll be able to kind of show you both really girly and kind of neutral. And you can kind of see which one you like. And we'll go from there. I'm going to be pre-recording this video. So this will be a pre-recorded video. Hopefully I'll have it by the end of the week. And let me know if you guys have any questions. We're just going to sit here and cut this out, okay? All right, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to put it right there so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, let me look at comments real quick. Hello, everybody. Hi, Kimberly, Wendy, Tony, Cindy, Helen, Kathy, Myrta, Misty, Sarah, Mary Lou, yay. Thanks for hopping on here, guys. All right, so my combo today, I am using this My Handmade Space Cork Geometric. And then I am using Timeless Tones from Tulip Bee Chestnut with it. And then I'm also using her Faux Real Black. So there's going to be my exterior combo, so very neutral. And then for the inside pockets and stuff, I'm using just some neutral canvases. I tried finding a print. I don't have a lot of neutral prints, go figure. All of my prints are like flowery and very girly. So we're just going to go with some neutral tones for the inside. Let's see. The other cool thing that she has this little printout that you can do to kind of get an idea of, you know, if you color it, different things, seeing what you want on there. I think that's kind of cool too. To get a color combination that you like. Okay, are we ready? I'm going to put the camera in and down. And we're going to cut this all out. I probably won't interface it all, but I will tell you how I'm going to interface it. I'm going to do it just slightly different than she has in the pattern. I slipped in Decaville Heavy into my flap after I pieced the flap together, and I really like it. I like the heavy in there. Instead of fusing, you know, fleece or Decaville Light, I like slipping it in there after the fact. So I'll do that the same way. And then instead of doing one big piece of Decaville Light after my body is pieced together, I'm going to piece it on the individual pieces. I feel like it fuses together better for me that way, and it's easier to do. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. All right. Yes? Yes. Okay, so let me just move the camera just a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. And here we go. I'm just going to, hi guys, hi Sonia. Hi Cindy. I'm so excited that Tulip Bee got more inventory of the faux reel. Yep. Tulip Bee just restocked all of her faux reel. So if you've been waiting, go check it out. All right. So I like to kind of separate my pieces by exterior lining and stabilizer, which I need to do real quick because I just finished that other bag, so I hadn't had a chance to separate these. That's exterior. You guys are you are going to love the way this bag is put together. It's awesome. She did such a good job doing this bag. But you all know that I love Shamballa patterns. I just think they're kind of awesome. So not a surprise, right? I do love her patterns. Okay, so those are my linings. Here's my exteriors all set out. So I'm going to do my cork pieces first. Okay. And I think I'm going to do the same exact type of combo that I did on this pink bag. I'm going to do the same with this. I really like it all. I don't think I'm going to change much on it. So this is going to be my front flap. You think I dropped a tiny piece? Oh, thank you. I did. My little strap loop. Thank you, Tony. Surprised you saw that. That was awesome. Okay, so this is my flap. It's the top piece here. That's the floral cork. That's what I'm going to cut out first. I just changed my blades. I should have a nice sharp cutting. And for those of you who have never watched a cutout video of mine, I do use my rotary for everything. So mostly. And if that makes you nervous, I am sorry. It makes some people nervous. All right, so this has kind of a direction on it, like very solid line. So I'm trying to make it that my piece is even with the lines here. Okay, so looks good. I have been putting clips where I can on my pieces lately, just to make sure it doesn't shift as I am doing it. I really need to do that whole magnetic piece underneath like Barb does. I think that would be super helpful, but I just haven't had 2 hot seconds to do that. So there's that. She also gives the option on this bag, on almost all of her bags with flaps. She has a raw edged option or a sew, turn, and top stitch option. I don't normally like to do the raw edge option. If I did do that, I would have to sit and edge coat it, I think. I just don't like leaving things raw edged on big pieces like a flap. So just be aware of that when you are doing this pattern, that there's 2 different lines to cut for raw edged or finished edge, okay? Okay. And what I mean by that, on this pattern piece here, do you see how there's a red dotted line here? And then there's a black solid line. So if you're going to turn it and top stitch and not leave a raw edge, you cut along this red line, okay? All right, so there's that. And then the other pieces, Kathy, I know I need that metal sheet. I'm sure it is a game changer. One of these days I'll get around to it. I just don't have 2 seconds to do that. Okay, so this is my side pocket pieces here. So these pieces right here, I'm gonna do with the cork as well. Hi, Minzy, and hi, Alice. Hi, Jess. All right, so I only got like a half a roll of this, so I don't have a ton of it. So this bag is perfect for what I am doing. Okay, again, I want to make sure that this is straight. Sorry, it plays on your eyes here. Right there. Yes, I'm gonna need to move it over just a touch. What there? The print is cut crooked on this piece, so gotta make sure this is laying correctly. All right, here we go. Took me way too long to figure out that red line on the flap. Oh no, Laura, I'm so sorry. She has that, so if you've done quite a few of her patterns, once you start doing multiple of her patterns, that's how most of her flaps are. She gives you the option for a raw edged or a turn. It's mostly to make it friendly for lighter weight machines that can't handle the thickness of turning a flap and top stitching. So that's what her red lines mean on her patterns. Okay, there's one side panel. I'm going to do 2 of those. All right, and there's, I can go upside down on this like that, just as long as I'm sure it's straight again. Looks good. And, you know, this is my second time cutting out this pattern. So it always goes faster the second time around. So if you're like, oh my gosh, she was so quick at cutting that out, it's because I know what all the pieces are. I know what I want to do. Like second time around, the first time cutting out this bag yesterday, it took me all morning because I was so indecisive about what went where and what I wanted to do. So give yourself grace on that part, okay? All right, so there's my second side pocket, okay? There we go. And then the other cork piece that I want is, I think, just this buckle accent piece. And maybe I'm going to do cork for, no, I'll do the black. No, that would be cute. I'll do cork for the welted pocket too. That'll be cute. All right. Sorry, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. All right, so I need my buckle. Sorry, let me get through my pieces here. My flap accent. Contrast band. Side strap. Edge. Strap loop. That's what I want. Strap edge cover. No. Strap connector. Here we go. My buckle connector. And my strap loop. I can't find my welted pocket piece. Flap accent strap. I'm missing one little piece. Welt pocket strip. There it is. All right, I'm going to do these three. So my strap loop, which is for that front little piece. Okay. I guess this doesn't really matter. Just a tiny little thing. It's just a baby. And if this buckle part on the front of it is throwing you off, like you're like, oh, I don't know, that looks hard. It's not hard at all. It's super easy. Super easy, and I will show you. Okay, so that's my strap loop for the front. And then my buckle connector and my welt pocket strip. I'm going to go up here with this. So this is for that inside slip pocket. I think a pop of the cork will be a good accent on that, because I'm using really plain lining. Okay, so welt pocket strip. And then my last piece of cork is my buckle connector. I'm going to use my ruler for that because it's a fold over and it's easier just to use my ruler. And all right, let's get this going. Does that look pretty even? I think so. Okay, so there's my buckle connector. And that's it for my cork. So if you have just like a little bit of cork left that you think you want to use on a bag, this might be it for you. This might be the bag. It's a great little bag to have some accent on, okay? So that's that. Okay, now I need to decide what my main part of the bag is going to be and what the accent is going to be. So don't know if I want the flap accent to be brown or black, and then the rest of the bag to be brown. I really like black for the bag, so I'm going to do brown for the accent, okay? Okay, here we go. So the only pieces that I'm going to do with the brown is this piece down here, the backside of my flap. Oh, sorry. The backside of my flap and my strap connector and my flap accent piece. Okay. It's nice when I can have like a little example here, isn't it? All right, so this is that bottom flap piece. I had thought I really wanted to try and do like an embroidery on this bag, but inspiration was not hitting for like what exactly I wanted to do, so that's okay. Cork it is. Okay, so I just need one of those. And then I want my straps, the back of the flap. Okay. So I want this. My throat is sore. Sorry, I need to drink lots of water today. I think the shirt you have on will make a beautiful vinyl. Thank you. Hi, Amber. All right. So that's the back underside of my flap, okay? And then my connectors and probably my strap edge covers for my crossbody strap, and then my flap accent strip. Okay. Elise, so happy you're making this bag. I made one recently and it's a fabulous pattern, isn't it? The second this bag came out, I messaged Sammy and I'm like, I really love this new pattern. I need to do it ASAP. I was all over it. Can we use wax canvas or just regular canvas? Yeah, you could use regular canvas for this, sure. Okay, so that's it's gonna cover the flap in the back, on the back of the bag. And then, let's see. I want my strap connector. I need 2 of these. And this is it's gonna be your D-ring is going to go on this. So it's on the sides of your bag. I need two. I'm supposed to be having a package coming that I have to sign for. So if my doorbell rings, I may have to run upstairs and sign for it. Just FYI. All right. So those are my two D-ring strap connectors. Beautiful. And then my strap edge cover, which is on the, it's not necessary, but I think it looks really cute on the crossbody straps here. I sewed mine on instead of riveting, but you can rivet. It's just to cover those raw edges, and I really like it. It's a great way to finish a strap. So I'm going to be using the brown for that. Okay, there's one. And there's two. Beautiful. All right, done with the brown. I don't think it's needed anywhere else. And now onto the black. Joanna, I love your nails. Thank you. What shade of brown is that vinyl? This is chestnut. This is Tulip Bee's Timeless Tones collection in chestnut. It is one of my favorite in the Timeless Tones. All right, and now I'm using the Faux Real, just black for the rest of the bag. I don't normally like to do tutorials with black, but guys, it's gonna look really good. So hopefully you all can forgive me. All right, here we go. I gotta do all of these pieces now in the black, okay? And yeah, we'll just go on the back. So this is my top gusset piece on the bag. And this is one of the pieces that I'm going to interface separately. In the pattern, she has you interfacing this after you put it together, but to heat press a piece with a D-ring already on it is kind of hard and a little frustrating. So I'm going to cut them out separately. So I don't have to worry about that. Totally up to you though. Black Faux Real, Sammy, is seriously my favorite. I keep telling Annette, just send it all to me. Every roll you have. It is my favorite black in vinyl. I keep trying to use a different black and I keep coming back to this. I'm like, oh, no. All right, so I've got two of those. Okay. And this is a drop-in lining bag, just FYI. It was not a hard drop-in lining. It was very simple. It's nice and big, so even people with flatbed machines should have no issues doing this drop-in. Okay, so here is my exterior bottom piece. I almost think that drop-in linings are way easier than binding a bag sometimes. Depending on the bag, obvi. All right, so this is my back panel bottom. What else do I have that'll fit right here? This one. My slip pocket exterior top. Okay, just one of those. And then what else do we got? Gosh, I'm already getting a headache. I'm liking drop-ins more and more. Me too, Tony. Me too. I used to hate them. Now I'm like, I don't hate them. All right, so this is my base, my bottom piece. And I think for this bag, I am going to do antique brass hardware. I think that is my favorite for like neutral colors like this. That or light gold are my two favorite finishes for a bag like this. I think we'll do antique brass. This will be a very gender neutral bag. All right, so that's my bottom. What else we got? Let's do my slip pocket exterior bottom. Going to make this for my motorcycle son. Yeah, it'll match his bike. That's awesome. That I know. I'm kind of thinking. I wonder if my 24-year-old kid might like this bag. He's kind of who I have in mind making this for. So we'll see. All right. I'm going to be selling this pink and floral first one on my website. So, but this one I might give to my son. All right, this is my back panel top. Have you and Susan decided when you do a live to finish the Tamor? I think, Delphina, I think we're going to get on tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain time to finish that bag. So tomorrow. That is the current plan. Okay, back panel top. Front panel top. For those of you who have been waiting for a thread restock, I just got a bunch of restock of my Tech 70. So I think everything is currently in stock in my Tech 70. So just FYI, I added it to the website. So it's up there. All right, front panel top done. Almost there. And then we move to the lining. I got my lining contrast band, which is like on the inside of the bag. The lining contrast band is this inside part here. I usually like that to match whatever material is touching it on the outside. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're cutting it out. Are your pattern pieces printed on cardstock? Yes, Judy. They are. I like to print mine all on cardstock. Makes it a lot easier to cut out. Abigail, yeah. Could you do me a favor? Could you fill up one of my Stanleys with, they're in here, with some fresh ice water? You're the best. All right, my last vinyl piece, and then we'll head to the canvas. All right, beautiful. Okay. Yes, let's go to the inside. Oh wait, I have 2 zipper tabs. I think this piece is this the perfect size? Almost. I know I have scraps in here that I can use for that though. Okay. I'm reorganizing my craft room and trying to love your thread shelves. I'm sure you have told us, remember. Oh, I got my thread shelves from IKEA. They're picture frame shelves. Hi, Orla. Orla. Hi, Leah. How are you? Orla's one of my best friends. You have a cool mom, Leah. Even if she threatens me with leprechauns, I still really like her. Hi, Wendy. All right, these are just the zipper tabs for the back. Orla, you're welcome. Oh, that's funny. All right, 2 zipper tabs, done. She doesn't do an inside lining zipper tab, which I like because normally I keep those out anyways. So there you go. All right, how do you store your pattern pieces? Sharon, I just threw away a bunch of my pattern pieces because they were getting too much, but I have a big bin underneath my heat press area, like a big bin from IKEA where most of them kind of slide in and fit. So when are you sewing up this bag? Brooke, I'm going to be recording the tutorial. It'll be a pre-recorded tutorial, hopefully in the next couple days. Okay, so I need to figure out which neutral I'm going to do. I think I actually like this brown. The pink goes really well with that cork you got, doesn't it, Orla? Yeah, that's the Siah pink too. The Sia paint goes with everything because it's amazing. All right. This is actual thick waterproof canvas. Yeah, it's not the thin stuff. Right there. Just one of those with fresh water. Did you cut yourself?
No, my thumb's really hurting. I think I have to go now.
Oh.
It's like a whole phone match.
Oh, babe. I'm sorry. Is it?
No, it really hurts. Ouch.
I'm sorry. Oh, honey. All right. These are my... This is my side pocket lining here for the outside pocket. And then the back side of the pocket right here. And I need 2 of each of those. So I'm just going to fold this over and cut them together. Watching Sia while my dad does radiation treatment. Aw, Debbie. I'm glad I could keep you company. I haven't used actual thick waterproof canvas in a hot second. Oh, you're the best.
There you go.
I love you.
I love you.
All right, so 2 of those. Love this shirt. It goes well with my tattoos. Thank you. All right. Hi, Marty Mae. You okay? Okay, so 2 gusset bottom pieces for the outside. What else? Pockets, I think back zipper pocket, can that fit? Not quite. Not quite. Well, this'll go right there. So this is the welt pocket facing. It's like a zipper pocket facing, you know, when you used to do that. I rarely ever do it, but with this welt pocket that she has you put in, this is what looks good for that. So we're gonna do that. Hi, Katie. How are you? Hope you're doing good. I saw a video of you walking your doggy and her carrying this big old huge stick. It was the cutest thing ever. I love it. All right, so we need my lining here. Hi, Diane. All right, when there's a boxed, I like to use, or a boxed corner, I just like to cut that out with my blade tool first. And then I'll cut out the rest with my rotary. Okay. Must be warm where you are. I'm sitting in front of the fireplace. Yep, it is a gorgeous Colorado day. It is very nice outside. 70s with a little breeze. It's the perfect time of year. We're entering fall, guys. Fall is my favorite ever. I like winter until Christmas is over, and then I'm ready for the snow to be gone. So, I love fall though. My trees in my backyard are starting to get red. Oof, I love it. Evening from a very wet UK. Hi, Carol. Where is this connected still? Right there. Kina, hey everybody. Siah, what paperweight do you print your pattern on? I'm not sure the exact weight. It's just cardstock. I get it off of Amazon. I don't know the weight off the top of my head. It's just what my regular printer can handle, if that makes sense, because it can't handle really heavy. So, yeah. All right. I don't think this strip here can fit any of this. Nope. That was just silly of me. I'm going to do my zipper pockets a different finish, and we'll just do these two. Yep. You want back out, baby girl? All right. So this is my slip pocket lining on the front outside slip pocket of the bag. That's what I'm cutting out right now. Okay. Just one. And then I'm surprised I even have a brown like this. This is not my color. So there we go. I'm gonna do this one right here actually. Yeah. Yeah, I print directly to cardstock, and I don't have a fancy printer. It's just a Canon. What's my printer? A Canon something. It's not crazy fancy, but it does great. It does pictures, and it does multiple sizes of paper. It does cardstock. It does gloss paper, and it does regular paper. It's worked great for my business. So you don't have to have a really nice, fancy printer to do that, I don't think. Okay, so my inside of my pockets. I'm tempted to do a print. I wonder if checks would be too much. Maybe. I think I'm just going to do black, but black's so bad for videos. And I'm already doing so much black. I'm going to do this lighter beige. This is kind of a lighter waterproof canvas. It doesn't have that full plastic coat on the back. I would say this is water resistant. This one I think is from Wonderground. And it's great. Go for the checks. I was going to, but then I put it next to the other print. It might be a little too much. We'll just keep it neutral. It's fine. I can do neutrals, right, guys? It hurts my heart just a little bit, but I can do it. All right, this is the welted pocket piece. So this, she does a zipper pocket and a welted pocket on the inside of this bag. I'm just doing the welted slip pocket because I don't feel like it needs both. Keep telling yourself that, right? I know, it hurts. I want bright and I want colorful. A heart wants what a heart wants. Okay. Hi, Becky. And then this is my back zipper pocket. And then you guys, that's all of our pieces. It's really not a hard cutout. And then I just need an interface. So I'll cut out my interfacing so I'll show you what I'm doing, but I'll fuse them off camera. But I'll show you what I'm using to interface. Okay, that's my last one. Just watching one of the Sewing in the States again while sewing my Johnny B. Aw. Switch to my live. Well, hello. Okay. Beautiful. Done. And done. Okay, I'm going to do the Decaville heavy pieces first. I really would like to do this with foam, but being in the seams, it would be too thick. I don't have any self-adhesive and I don't want to quilt it. So we're going to do Decaville Light. I don't like how Decaville Light wrinkles sometimes. It's not my favorite. But I feel like they smooth out over wear. Because this was really wrinkled when I first turned it, and it's looking a lot better now. So, okay. That's my main panel. Here is my flap panel stabilizer. And I know, this is a big old honkin' roll of Decaville Heavy. I use it for my Swag Dash kits, so I need it. Here we go. Again, I like to slide this inside the flap after I sew it and turn it out. If you are just sewing it raw edge together, I would interface some Decaville Light or something in between, but This is the way I like to do it. And I didn't have to cut down this interfacing at all when I slid it in there, okay? So that's my flap, and then I want my bottom stabilizer to be heavy as well. Okay, have fun, baby. Love you. Okay, bottom stabilizer. You could use Peltex. You could use foam and Decaville or Peltex. Totally up to you. I don't feel like it needs quite that much. All right, so for this part, what did I do? I'm like, sorry, let me get the pieces that I wanted to stabilize separately. I want to do this one. I want to do it separately. So this, okay, I am going to stabilize these bottom pieces separately. So I'm going to take the one that she has here and just take like a 1/2 inch. I'm just eyeballing it here. Very scientific here. Okay, I think I'm taking about I'll do 4. I'm gonna fold it at the 4 and see if that's good. Hi, Evelyn. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so I took my main stabilizer. I folded at the 4. What I'm doing is I'm interfacing the outside pieces individually because I don't like to have to fuse on my interfacing after it's all pieced together. I find it more difficult, especially with like zippers and connectors and stuff in the way. So I am just going to fuse them separately before I sew them all together so I don't have to do it after the fact. So hopefully that makes sense because she has you doing it after the front and back panels are put together. You fuse one big piece on the back. So this piece here is going to be fused onto this piece here. I'm just going to do them all separately. All right. My gusset. Oh, actually, let's just keep with that one. Let's do my other bottom piece here, exterior bottom. So now I want to take about, I guess, another inch off. About 3/4. All right, let's make sure that's straight. Right there. Let's do it there. Beautiful. Hopefully this makes sense. Does this make sense to you guys, what I'm doing? If you need me to explain it more, be like, we don't get what you're doing. Hi, Evelyn. Okay, so now this goes on my bottom piece here. Looks good. And then I do need one full piece because we stabilize that front panel just when we piece it together. There's no pockets on it, so I'm going to do one full piece of this as well. I'll try explaining again. So she has two big main stabilizer pieces after you piece together the front and back pieces. So here's your pattern. Okay. Here's your pattern. You piece together. This isn't one big panel. You have to piece these two together. And then you have to piece this whole back together. She has you fuse your interfacing after you've made this piece. For me, I have a hard time getting my interfacing to stick nicely if I have things like zippers and D-rings already on and in the way. So what I'm doing is I am doing this individual piece, this individual piece, this individual piece, and the bottom. Like I'm doing them all separately before I put them together. I hope that makes sense. And I'll explain it when I do the tutorial as well. It's just my preference. The way she does it is great too, but with the materials I use and the interfacing that I like to use, this way just works a little bit better for me. So it's just kind of trial and error for what you like to do. All right, so my back top piece now, front panel, back top panel. This piece I'm gonna need to interface separately. And I wrote that measurement down somewhere. Where did I write it down? I don't remember. Okay. I'm just going to use the measurements on it. Okay. This one is the back panel top. Okay, that should fit. I may have to cut these down a tiny bit because there's a drop-in line right there. That's going to need to be taken off a little bit more. I can already tell. There we go. That's better. So I got to keep that in mind when I do it. You need it to lay on that line for the drop-in lining. And then the other pieces I need are my side gussets. Those are pieced together with this piece and this piece. This is what makes our sides. I'm going to show you real quick. So it's this piece and this piece. You sew these together and that's our side panel piece. Okay. What I'm going to do differently this time than I did last time when I was following instructions. No, I don't think I can do that still. I'm going to go ahead and fuse these with Decavell Light before I piece them together because, yeah, it won't work. So I'm going to do that. So that's going to lay... I'm going to draw my drop-in right here so I know where to put my stabilizer. That's my drop-in. So here's my stabilizer. Again, I'm just going to use this. We're going to take off a 1/2 inch here, and that's going to be my top stabilizer piece. And for this, I'm going to take off a 1/2 inch here. And that'll be my bottom piece. So I'm kind of taking out that middle section when I cut these. and I'll piece them separately. Okay. So that's what I want here. Okay, so instead of doing this big piece, I'm stabilizing this to the back of here separately. Okay? And I need 2 of those. Sorry, sometimes what goes through my brain, it's hard to explain in words. So hopefully this is all making sense. And again, I'll show it on the beginning of my recorded video for this bag. I'll kind of go over what I did for this. So there's my 2 top panel pieces for this gusset top. Beautiful. So I just need the gusset bottom here. And then I think besides interfacing some just little, I will interface my D-ring connectors for this bag. I like to put a strip of Decaville Light down my D-ring connectors because I feel like you always need to rather be safe than sorry with those. But then I think that's all the interfacing. It's not a ton of interfacing. And then we'll be good to go. I will have a pre-recorded video for this, hopefully by the end of the week, up on YouTube for you all. And then join me tomorrow. We're going to be finishing the Tamor. Me and Susan, the Tamor sew-along that we started. So those will go on the bottom part of the gusset. Okay? And that's it. Beautiful. Right? Do. Yeah. Okay. Any questions for me, guys, before I hop off here? Hopefully you guys love this bag. I think it's a great pattern. Go check it out. It's not in any club or anything. You can just purchase it outright, which I love. If you've never done a Shamballa pattern before, this is a great one to try. You will fall in love with her patterns. They are all so gorgeous, so well put together. Her instructions are great. I promise you, you will like her bags. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Susan and I will be back on 11 a.m. finishing our Tamor, and then this video will be up by the end of the week, I hope. So have a good rest of the day. Bye, guys.